Hi, thank you for joining. Good evening. Tell me, what are you up to? How is the weekend going? Let me know in the comments. How are you all? Hi, hi. We have quite a few people joining in. Thank you. Good evening. I am about to go live with a fellow author and I'm having a great weekend so far. What about you all? Tell me in the comments. How is the weekend going? Oh, thank you so much. Big fan. Thank you, Mr. Jadhav. That's very sweet of you. Hi, Nidhi. Thank you for joining. Present, ma'am. So, yeah. Tell me, how is your weekend going, guys? What are you all doing? The IPL also started today, so I am very sure most of the homes in India must be watching that. Is it on at your place? My husband is watching IPL. That's for sure. Everything is going well for me also. Thank you. So let me just introduce, my guest for today. He is a fellow author, and he has recently released a book titled. Hi Bharat, thank you for joining. Before I tell you about the book, let me just talk about how my weekend has been, how my life in Netherlands has been so far. So I came out of a 10-day home quarantine recently, and it's been going well so far. The climate here in the Netherlands is very pleasant. I'm enjoying my stay here so far, and we are settling in. I am liking it so far, and yeah, it's been going well. A lot of you have sent me DMs asking about this. That's why I spoke about that. For those of you who don't know, I recently moved out of India, and I have moved to Netherlands, and it's been going well. So about my guest for today, he has not joined in yet. Hi Siddharth. He has not joined in yet. We actually did an Instagram live session 2 weeks back, but due to some technical issues, we were not able to upload it on the IGTV and YouTube channel, and that's why we are doing it again for you guys, and so that we can have it on the IGTV and my YouTube channel permanently. So his name is actually Ravi Valluri, and his book I read recently. It's a collection of short stories, and it's actually a mixed bag. And I quite enjoyed the book, and I am very excited to talk to him about it, ask him questions about the book. And he has also recently read my book, The Art of Being Grateful, and we are both going to discuss about these books of ours and our writing process, our writing journeys, and what all we have learned so far as authors. He is not here yet. Till then, we can also have a chat. Oh, he's here. Let me just invite him. Hey,
Hello.
Kavi sir.
Uh, Good evening.
How are you? How is your weekend going, sir?
Fine. It's raining here in Prayagraj. I'm in Allahabad.
Oh, is it raining there?
Yeah,
Oh, that's that must be very pleasant.
it's very humid.
So the rains are not giving any relief from the humidity, is it?
Mm.
So I was just telling the viewers that I read your book recently, and you are also a fellow author like myself. And would you like to introduce yourself to the audience? Would you like to tell us about yourself?
Yeah, good evening, friends. My name is Ravi Valluri. I belong to the Indian Railway Traffic Service. And currently, I'm posted as the Principal Chief Operations Manager, North Central Railway, Prayagraj. I am faculty of Art of Living and counsel, edicts, and conduct happiness program. These days, it's all virtual programs. And I'm
Okay.
also a writer. I have written 6 books so far. Another one would be published shortly, and keep writing, blog at WordPress and the Speaking Tree, and I have a column in Free Press Journal, Mumbai. So
That's
that's about
a
me.
very inspiring portfolio, sir, and very diverse too. So, the book that we are going to talk about today, can you tell the audience about that? What is the title? What is it all about? I have not revealed the title because I want you to tell the audience yourself.
Okay. Uh, Friends, the book is called Heartbreak at Coffee Shop.
Hmm.
An array of tales. It consists of 26 short stories, 10 travels, and 2 plays. Um, this was, in fact, during the COVID period. I had written another book that is called The Indian Stories, Images and Thoughts. So
Hmm.
during the lockdown period, I managed to write 2 books. So both of them have got published. And
That's great.
yes, and another one is under print. I've begun writing another one. Just recently signed the contract for that.
Oh,
The
wow.
short
Congratulations,
stories.
sir.
Thank you, thank you. The short stories quite dramatic. It looks at the darker side of human life and the how the mind gets enveloped by various things, tragic events. Then it encompasses various twists and turns with
Hmm.
a glimmer of hope. Maybe the period was such, I've written about COVID. Then, since I'm in railways, we were involved in a gigantic operation of mobilizing labor, migrant labor, whom we
Hmm.
transported from across India. So their stories are featured in these. Um,
Hmm.
it was a very challenging exercise. So how I have depicted some of those incidents in the short stories. This is my first work of fiction. Prior to this,
Okay.
all were all non-fiction.
Okay. So after reading the book and enjoying it so much, I do have a few questions for you as a reader.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So, would you mind answering them? I actually have a bunch of them.
Pardon?
Uh, Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Please
Yeah,
tell me.
so I was saying after reading your book, I have a bunch of questions as a reader. So my
Uh-huh.
first question actually is your book has stories with very unexpected and cliffhanger kind of endings. So is this
Hmm.
your normal writing style? And what do you believe is the best way to write such stories?
Um, See, yes, cliffhangers are there, and there are a number of twists and turns because there I find that life is not, a straight line. There are a number of peaks and valleys, ups and downs. So that's what I have tried to capture. And I look for that unexpected thing because it might be going very straight and suddenly some event takes place. And
Hmm,
then how does one react in such situations?
hmm,
So those aspects of human life I have tried to capture. It's all not rosy. So people there's a new way of writing, and I have moved up and down, to and fro without
hmm,
following a linear pattern. And what I found was very challenging was writing the drabbles within 100
hmm,
words to capture a story. One other reason, I would say a couple of reasons. One factor was that I became an alcoholic. Then I came out of alcoholism through the
hmm,
Art of Living Foundation by the grace of Shri Shri Ravi Shankar. And I'm a teacher of Art of Living, so I've dealt a lot with alcoholics, drug addicts. I conducted their programs. So
hmm,
I've seen the darker side. Then Guruji had asked me to start writing, and then I began writing. Um, Second, my son, he asked me to switch gears to fiction, from non-fiction to fiction. They are very
Hmm.
interesting stories. Way back when I was posted, in Bangalore, I was then the additional divisional railway manager. I
Hmm.
attempted to write, like I enrolled myself for IGNOU and then even Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, but they all failed. I didn't have that, energy, or what, mental energy, I would call. But then I started writing. I was watching plays and all, and started writing reviews, and they started getting published. Then when I was transferred to um, Hyderabad,
Hmm.
the South Central Railway, then I started contributing to Hindu, and those pieces were published. And then I began writing for Life Positive E magazine. So when
Hmm.
all this started, my journey, my foray in writing began. So,
Okay.
but writing fiction was a very different thing, and
Okay.
I'm inspired by, though I have not read much of his works, Stephen King, the American
Okay.
author, who says that you should keep any author should keep reading and writing. So I
Right.
focused on that.
Okay. Okay. That's some very detailed and inspiring answer that you have given us. It's very motivating to know that you had such a long and diverse work portfolio and so many things that you do besides
Mm,
doing your other job. You are doing so much into writing as well, which is a great thing. I
mm.
mean, your answer has made me realize that it's not just one kind of reading and writing we need to stick to. We need to dabble in quite a
Yeah,
few. There's so many things to read and write.
I would like to share with all the viewers, readers, that recently one platform, the Penmancy, they
Hmm.
had also covered, something that is an anthology of short stories. The
Okay.
title was Shattered. So within 5,000 words, one had to write a story, which I have
Hmm.
written. Initially, 41 people were shortlisted. Finally, 20 of us have been shortlisted. On 30th of September, that
Hmm.
book would be launched, and I feature in one of them. And
Oh, that's great.
yeah,
So
so
we
that
have
was
one more book coming out from your
no,
side.
no. I'm one of the contributories to that book of anthology, and
Okay.
yet another one is it's on the migrant labor. It's being done by
Mm-hmm.
a noted Australian writer, and in India it has been edited by the noted newscaster and writer Pranjoy Thakurta, Pranjoy Guha
Wow.
Thakurta. You would have seen him who's in
Mm.
CNN and I've been, he has, and also a noted journalist. So he has edited this work. So my story is there
Okay.
also. So I'm looking
Okay.
forward to these two things which are
So
coming forward.
new publishing and new writings coming out from your side under your name. I'm
Pardon?
excited about that.
Yeah,
Congratulations to
yeah.
you. New
Thank you,
writings
thank
coming
you.
out from your side.
Yeah. Mm.
In this story, in this book that we are talking about, which is your favorite story, and which one was the most challenging and satisfying for you as a writer?
Uh, the heartbreak at coffee shop.
Yes.
Mm, I found a couple of stories very interesting. One
Hmm.
was, the painter, where a painter, he has a couple of roles. He role plays to paint. Like when he begins painting Jesus, then he gets an
Hmm.
idea how to paint Judas. For
Hmm.
that, he starts. I won't disclose the story. The viewers, the readers should discover it,
Without
and
giving
how
away
his life. Pardon?
without
So
giving away
I,
any.
yeah, no spoilers. I liked the painter. Then I liked another a play which I had written, The Visitor. It's about an alcoholic and his
Hmm.
hallucinations. And I
Yes.
liked writing the drabble. That was Mirza Ghalib at Bali Maran. So
Hmm.
that I liked it very much, to capture the essence within just 100 words.
The travel and the story that you have mentioned is actually my favorite too from your book. So
Okay.
our choices
Yeah, similar taste. Yeah.
So my next question is, how much time did it take for you to finish this book?
Pardon?
How much
I
time
didn't
did
get
it
you.
take? How much time did it take for you
Um,
to come?
See, couple of stories were written earlier. I finished the thing within 1.5 months, and then my wife, she does the editing. She had edited the book, and I give the credit to her. She had done a
Okay.
good job. And then,
So
of course,
you made partners
uh,
even in the professional front.
yes, she has been signed up by one of the leading publishers. I'm sure she'll be getting good assignments there. And
Okay.
I'm also thankful to my publisher. He's a new person, Akshat
Hmm.
Gupta. He has AKS Publishers and my
Hmm.
promotion agents, Jashn Events. So they have done a wonderful job.
That's great. So you have a good support system around you.
I realized it's very important, because in India, still writing is a very lonely profession, and arts itself. But slowly, I mean, with the technology expanding and Instagram, so many platforms are there.
Yes,
If you have a support system, it certainly helps a lot.
definitely it helps. On those lines, as you said, it's become so diverse, the writing field. So my next question is on the basis of that. Tell us about your writing process and what's the one piece of advice you would give to all writers, while they are new or they are upcoming.
See, number one, I would quote, there is something, a treatise called the Narad Bhakti Sutra, which
Mm,
emphasizes that if you are interested in any, or you have some talent, don't let it go a begging, because you're
mm,
given one life and the talent is once in a lifetime. So you should hone your skills, whether you're a writer or a painter or a singer, whatever. So you
mm,
should develop that. You shouldn't let it go. As far as writing is concerned, I would suggest that number one, keep reading, do research. Secondly, note down, say 20 quotations every day. Uh, Try to identify 20 quotations on any topic.
mm.
And in fact, that helped me to write my book that was on the Prime Minister of India. It's called Namo 303. This was published by Bahari and Sons. Uh, and also try to learn new words, say 20
Mm,
words a day, new words which are not part of your vocabulary. So your vocabulary and quotations, and then
mm.
keep writing every day. Definitely, I mean, with my work schedule, I'm not able to devote uh, so much, but definitely attempt to write 500 to 1000 words. That is very essential to keep writing every day, keep blogging every day, and that is to be corrected.
Yes.
And suppose you're in a meeting, you're getting bored, just note down the points. Uh, these are some tips I can give, which
Okay.
would help a person.
Yeah, that those are some great tips. Vocabulary building, I believe, is also very important while we are writing, and of course, reading
Yes,
is an essential skill as well.
reading
Uh,
definitely. Without reading, you won't know what's happening around you. So reading is very
exactly.
important.
Yes. So one last question that I have for you is, as a writer, what do you believe is should be the biggest focus and motivation for any writer?
To see, we all would like the work to be appreciated. I mean,
Hmm.
it's a big motivation, gives a big high
Hmm.
when the
Definitely.
books are in the bookstores, it's selling, it gives a good high.
Yeah.
And then you're recognized. All these are things which does help. These are
Hmm.
motivating factors. And now I'm in the Indian Railway Traffic Service. In the railways, people know that I write, which is a very positive thing.
Hmm.
Everybody knows about it. In the Art of Living Foundation, the Faculty of Art of Living, there also people know I write. And people who are connected neither with them, neither of these
Hmm.
two organizations, my friends, they're aware I write. So that's a good feeling. and one thing leads to the other. So once you keep writing and you're known and what kind of writing you're doing, so people contact you. That's how these two things come. And one should keep spotting, there are so many competitions and all which are taking place. One should attend them. So that helps you to venture into different areas and you can write on those platforms.
That's
And
great advice.
I won't be ashamed to say that recognition definitely is something which inspires a person to write more.
Yes. And that kind of recognition also, do you believe, only comes when we continue to do it? Because, only by continuously engaging in writing and reading, we'll be able to improve and come to know how people are able to, appreciate our work. That
Yes,
appreciation only comes with experience.
yes, one has to be visible, one has to keep writing. And
Yes.
I keep getting mails from so many platforms who ask me to, participate in workshops, etc. So that's something new, which wasn't there hitherto. And like interacting with fellow authors, like with you, just 3 days back, I was invited to the Global Literary Festival of Noida. So these are all platforms which wasn't there earlier. So
Yes.
that helps a lot.
Yes. Those are some very insightful answers. Thank you so much, Ravi sir. Now I would
Yeah,
leave the stage open to you if you have any questions for me.
yeah, certainly. When did you take up this craft of writing?
So as a hobby, writing I have been doing since I was a teenager, about 12 to 13 years of age. But as a professional profession, I have been doing it since 2012. It was a
2000.
long, process of elimination, as I call it. My first job was as a marketing executive. Then I have worked as a teacher. Then I have also worked as a full-time content writer. Now I am only a full-time freelance writer. In that I
Mm,
do content writing, I do blogging, I do uh, editing. That's the
mm.
kind of work I have do. And besides that, I have authored 3 solo books and 2 anthologies. So that's how the writing journey has been so far.
Okay. Mhm. Uh, which book has touched you very deeply?
Okay, so actually, I do read a lot, but there are only few books that I truly recall as being the most fascinating for me. One of those
Mm,
books is The Godfather by Mario Puzo. It has been a huge impactful book in my life. It was actually one of
yes.
the first books I read on mafia. So it
Mhm,
was like wow for me because it was a revelation. I didn't know anything about the Sicilian mafia world, and that
mm,
book opened up that arena for me. Then I have one book which I always recommend it, which is The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera.
mm,
I recommend this book to anyone who asks me because
mm,
it's a postmodernist text and one of the very few texts which talks about Prague and how the postmodern world was in Prague. And I absolutely loved his writing style. Though I have read the
mhm,
translated work, and
mm,
some of it I'm very sure has got lost in translation, whatever he's trying to say. But I even then I love the reading.
mm, mm. Okay. Does writing energize you or you get exhausted, say mentally?
It's a bit of both actually. When I'm just starting out, it is very exciting, but towards the end, it gets exhausting. But I keep myself motivated that I'm just towards the end. It will,
Mm,
come to fruition soon, and the fruits of that will be very sweet. So that's how I keep
mm,
myself
mm.
motivated.
Uh, do you stick to a particular style or do you pander to the demands of the readers?
It's a bit of both actually. All my books, in fact, the second and third book that I wrote. The third book being this one, The Art of Being Grateful, and the second book that I wrote, titled The Untold Stories. It's a collection of micro tales, and the idea for that was to cater to an audience with very less attention span. Uh, I have noticed in the past few years that people are shying away from reading longer texts. They don't want to read pages and pages of stories. So that's how the idea of micro tales came to me, and the entire book of micro tales was to convey a story in 4 to 5 sentences. So that's how the whole book came about. But I do, engage in my own style in it. I put my elements into it, and so it's a bit of both. My own style and also catering to the demands of the readers.
The art of being grateful, you have touched upon some topics which normally people don't write. Would you explain about them?
So one of the stories is an LGBTQ story, and I have not read many Indian authors being very bold enough to write about that, and I absolutely loved writing that story because it was something I was also doing for the first time. It was very challenging for me. And besides that, the other stories, I have majorly focused on women-based stories, and these I believe had to be conveyed in a way which would be an everyday event, but how it goes on to make an impact in that particular protagonist's life. So that's how the whole thing was. My writing is usually slice of life. I talk about stories which are very relatable, very everyday incidents, and that's how I am able to connect to the readers, I believe.
Slice of life is a very interesting, very nice word. What do you mean by literary success, and how do you treat it?
I see success as a very different thing than a majority of people see it. I don't believe in the numbers game. I am a true believer that even if 50 people are reading my work and out of that 45 people are able to enjoy and appreciate and take away something positive from it, I think I am successful.
Okay. What kind of research do you do before writing a book? And how much time do you spend on research?
So the research actually starts with reading similar stories. If I have a plot line in mind, I do read books which are already existing in that kind of literature. That's the first point. The second point being, if there are certain events involved in the book that I'm talking about, I read about those events as much as possible and what happened around those incidents. For instance, one of the stories in this book, No Witnesses, it talks about a terrorist attack, and I read upon that particular, not only that particular terrorist attack a lot, I also read upon the terrorist attacks that happened in the 90s all over the world, not just in India, all over the world. So that's the kind of research that I do.
Okay, good. How many hours do you spend in writing a day?
So as you know, I am a full-time writer. So all of my day goes in majorly goes into writing. But I have divided it into blogging and writing for publishing. I mean, writing for a book or journaling. I majorly call it journaling because that's how the raw draft begins, by journaling. So the creative writing part happens in the later half of the day, which is after 6 p.m. mostly. And from 10 to 4 or 10 to 5, I do my blogging or my editing or my content writing.
What's your next book?
Yes,
can you tell something about it?
I do have a book in the pipeline. It's other way around from you. This is going to be my first non-fiction book.
Okay. That's good.
So yeah, I am going to talk about life stories of women who are into multiple professions, like yourself. People who are doing a full-time job and besides that also they are doing some other profession. So I'm going to talk about the life stories of such women who are,
Mm.
doing a desk job and also doing something else besides that, both
Mm.
professionally.
Mhm.
I actually
Uh,
have a segment on my blog for such women, which is called the Wonder
uh,
Women segment. And I have
okay.
featured about 110 women on that segment so far. And I thought
Uh-huh.
it's a good time to, reach a wider audience and bring out their stories in the form of a book.
Okay. When you don't write, what do you do?
So when I'm
Now
not
you have
writing,
shifted. Now you have shifted base from India to a new country. So you must be
so
still exploring.
no, right now actually we are not able to explore as much. I was just telling the viewers before you joined in that my home quarantine just ended 2 days back, and
Oh, okay.
actually due to the coronavirus, we are not
Hmm.
able to travel as much, and it's not even safe to
Yeah.
explore as we
Hmm.
used to. We are trying to
Hmm.
stay in as much as possible, but I do hope that things get better soon and we are able to explore this beautiful country as much as we can. And besides writing, my day is actually divided into two major activities: reading and writing. So if I'm not writing, you can be sure that 50% of the time I would be reading. If not reading,
Uh-huh.
I would be watching a movie or a web series. And currently,
I,
traveling has gone
I,
on hold.
I didn't get you. If you're not writing, what do you do? That was
Reading.
not very clear. Reading. Okay. Hmm. Hmm.
50% of the time, if I'm not writing, I would be reading, or I would be watching
Okay.
a movie or a web series, that currently I might be hooked to.
Hmm. Okay. Does the is there a conflict between Manali Desai, the person, or the and the author?
Sometimes there is, yes, because
Hmm.
many people have, come back and asked me if I'm talking about my stories in myself in the stories. So I have to
Hmm.
clarify that it's a completely different character. It's not me that I'm talking
Hmm.
about.
Hmm.
So, but yes, some of the stories are me. For
Huh.
example, in one of the stories in the book, I talk about Manvi in Self Happiness Above All. That girl is definitely me, because I also used to be a person who was very affected by what the society would think, how the people would judge me, etc.,
Hmm.
etc. But yeah, and like Manvi, I have learned to accept
Hmm.
myself as I am.
Hmm. Um, Two more things. How much of real life incidents are part of your stories?
90% of them are real life instances, because I am a very good observer and listener. When people
Hmm.
behave or talk in a certain,
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
so I observe people a lot. I observe their actions.
Uh,
I observe how they tell their stories. I keep them in mind whenever whatever little incidents they have shared from their life with me, and
hmm.
I try to incorporate them into my stories as much as I can.
So, what would be your advice to aspiring authors?
Nothing different from what you said actually, because I do believe that in order to become a good writer, you have to first become a very good reader. So reading is an essential habit that you need to inculcate in your everyday life.
Hmm.
At least 2 to 3 books a month is a must, I believe. Reading
Hmm.
of 2 to 3 books a month, and besides
Hmm.
that, about 250 500 words in a day. Have that
Hmm.
kind of discipline of writing at least 250 or 500 words in a day. That should be enough,
Hmm.
for
Okay.
starting your writing journey. You can
Hmm.
build on it as you go, but this is
Hmm.
a beginner's guide, I believe.
Yeah. So, do we leave the floor open to anybody who has asked questions?
Yes, I believe somebody did ask us a question somewhere. Let me just
Um,
uh all the viewers who are watching us right now, we are leaving the floor open for questions if you have any, and please feel free to ask both of us any questions. Ravi sir, and I will be happy to answer whatever questions you have about writing or about our books. I'm totally, believe that people are busy today watching the IPL because something like that is
Yeah,
happening
yeah,
after
IPL, yes.
a long time. So I don't think anyone will be very willing to ask us any questions today.
Okay.
Anyway, Ravi sir, this was lovely talking to you. I'm totally inspired by your diverse background and whatever advice that you have given.
Yeah. Thank
I would
you. Yeah.
definitely incorporate all that in my writing journey.
You know,
And
it's very nice
yes, sir.
interacting with you.
Yes, same here, sir. So have a lovely evening. I am going to go and join the other viewers who are watching the IPL.
Okay. All right.
Bye,
Right.
sir. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.